Hi, everybody. I'm so excited today to be here with Daria Redmon. She is the owner of Beyond This Point Psychology, located in good old town Louisville. Well, most of her work is remote, as most therapy is these days. She's part of our community, and I'm really excited to meet her and learn about what she does to help those folks in and around our community with all sorts of various psychological treatments and everything that she is a specialist in. So I'm going to go ahead and just stop talking and let you take it away. So just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be in our area.
Thank you, Cory. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with all of you about my newish business. I've been in the field of psychology forever, but beyond this point is about a year old. It's my practice that provides individual therapy, short-term solution-oriented coaching services, as well as education, training, and expert consulting locally and nationwide, and even sometimes internationally.
Wow, that's quite a lot. How long have you been working professionally, and then when did you actually start your business?
Oh, I've been a psychologist since 2010, I
Okay.
believe. So it's been quite a while. Though my original education was in neuropsych, and I was a neuropsychologist in Russia. It didn't transfer. I had to go ahead and get a whole other master's and a whole other doctorate after I moved to States. And I became licensed in Colorado in 2015 or 16, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
Yeah, you've seen a lot through the pandemic and all sorts of various events in not just our community in the world, I'm sure, that affect people's day-to-day lives. Now, when you did decide to start your business, can you tell us a little bit about your inspiration?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about the focus of my business and kind of how I came to open it to begin with. My specialty is in health psychology and aging, specifically in geriatric psychology. So I do work a lot with people with all sorts of chronic diseases and acute diseases related to aging and just life. Chronic pain, sexual disorders, erectile dysfunction, postpartum care, men's, women's health, including IBS, eating disorders, and things like that.
Okay.
That's a bulk of my practice. And through my experience being a neuropsychologist, having a much more medically oriented degree, I worked a lot in primary care and multidisciplinary teams. So that kind of got me uniquely situated to support medical workers, doctors, and nurses
Right.
to help them deal with their burnout and their own mental
Yeah.
health, some addiction issues that tend to come up in this high responsibility and low autonomy jobs. So that's kind of what brought me to offer more of those short-term solution-oriented coaching services
Mhm.
for people who just need that quick fix of how do I deal with all of this just
Yeah.
fell on me
Yeah.
when I'm drowning.
Yeah.
So that's the bulk. I also do work with people with a lot of dealing with life transitions, early adulthood, college, identity, relationships, divorces, midlife, empty nesting, and end of life matters. And that's something that I really enjoy working with. And caretakers, of those people dealing with all that stuff, because as caretakers, oftentimes we tend to forget about ourselves and just focus on the person who is struggling. And caretakers have a lot of needs as well and need support. And yeah, it's important to work with them as well. And last but not least, I am fluent in Russian, so I am honored to work with fellow immigrant and refugee clients to support them through acculturation, adaptation, and trauma journeys, especially when it comes to recent world events and the wars happening around the world right now. Yeah.
Boy, you take on a lot yourself, and my natural mama instinct is to ask, are you you know how to take care of yourself, I hope, because you are taking care of a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, well, beyond this point is a way for me to practice what I preach.
Okay.
I opened it about a year ago, going solo, after dealing with my own burnout.
Yeah.
Um, I was handling a very demanding corporate job, volunteering, running support groups, all sorts of
Yeah.
boards, doing the consultancy job all around the United States and having a baby
Yeah,
and dealing
yeah.
with a pandemic.
And having a baby. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, babies, oh yeah, babies are easy. Said no one
Yeah,
ever.
so it's been a lot, and I found myself drowning in the same boat as a lot of my clients.
Yeah.
And going through that experience helped me to really understand the experience of my clients from within. And yeah, beyond this point helps me to prioritize my schedule and the project that I actually want to work on rather than chasing those VC
Yeah.
dollars when
Yeah.
you work in a larger corporation.
Yeah.
So that doing this business is my way of self-care,
Okay. Wow.
prioritizing the things that I need.
Well, that's terrific to hear, because not everybody has that ability to compartmentalize and create those priorities. So that's wonderful, to be such a inspiration to the rest of us that need some, some structure around that. With technology, it's hard to create
Yeah.
those boundaries often, and so that's
Now, we live in Colorado. You're not going to get a hold of me on the weekend. Out and about.
I know I'm in the
the
mountains right now. Can't you tell?
Doing that 2-week backpacking trip with my 2-year-old. That's me.
That's great. No, it's
Yeah.
very important. Now I know that you do a lot of your work through telehealth, but can you tell us a little bit about what you do love about Louisville and the Superior area, just about Boulder County in general?
For sure. Yeah. I do work with a lot of clients from this area, as this Boulder County in general and Louisville and Superior um, comes with specific needs and specific population, and certain things are more prevalent in this area compared to other areas. And it is such an honor and a privilege to work with the clients that are so motivated and so resilient and passionate and inspired to make that change in their life. And I get it's contagious. Their energy gets contagious, and I love it, witnessing their journeys. And it's also a big privilege to work with a community that mostly shares the same kind of values as I do, and truly understand my love for the outdoors.
And I think we touched on it a bit, but just, if you have anything specifically rewarding about your work, I think you've talked a little bit, but if you want to go into that a little bit more detail.
Of course, yeah. Well, if in any health related profession, it is such a journey to witness your clients to go through this transformation. And it is so rewarding to see people make those conscious choices to improve their lives. I'm a firm believer in people's potential and in everybody's ability to do what's best for them, to realize what's best for them. And through therapy and coaching, we come together to that place where a person can hear themselves and prioritize themselves in those decisions. And it's really nice to be their cheerleader along the way. It's the best when clients call me and tell me, "Hey, I had to make this decision, and I heard your voice in my head."
That is the highest compliment of all. That's great. That must be very rewarding. And then you just started your own practice, and but do you have a vision for the future that you want to chat about briefly?
Yes and no. In my personal journey, I'm challenging myself to slow down and not take on too many projects at the same time, as I am very prone to do. I love what I do, and I'm not in a rush with the exponential growth of this particular practice. I do have a lot of passion and curiosity. It is fairly easy to persuade me to get another board, join some other project. I do hope that in the long run, I don't know whether that's going to be within Beyond This Point or another business that I might start. I'm hoping to bring more of a systemic change in the world, not just helping people with their individual journeys, but help larger systems that tend to be so broken within the US healthcare find more balance. Specifically, I have a personal interest in long-term care. I have a lot of professional experience in the long-term care facilities. The system isn't working. I'm really hoping that it changes as boomers are retiring, aging. There is not enough help for everybody. That help is not functioning properly, which I see through my work with caretakers. They tend to be so lost. Where do I go? And so maybe I'll get that stuff organized a little for people.
So I know that in your line of work, there's maybe not promotions per se. I usually ask about special promotions, but I think you do have some things you'd like to share with potential clients?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I do offer a free 15-minute consultation to anybody interested in services, whether with me or elsewhere. I'd be happy to talk with you about it. And as of recent developments, I started taking LIRA employment assistance plans. Most people working in tech have those, even if you don't know about it.
Okay.
If you work in Starbucks, Facebook, Salesforce, Red Bull, Ernst & Young, all sorts of companies like that offer that. Check your benefits. And I'm now taking Aetna insurance to make services a little more affordable for clients who can't afford private pay. And usually I have 1 or 2 sliding scale options as well for clients for whom my full price is not affordable.
That's great. Really great information. Maybe not so much on social media, but you have a really good website. Is that correct?
I do. Thank you. I did it myself.
That's beautiful. I've enjoyed it.
Thanks. You can find me at beyondthispointpsychology.com. And it has a lot of information about me and about the practice. I'm also in all sorts of professional aggregators like Psychology Today, Therapy Dan, Pathway, Thriving Campus for CU students, online therapy, you name it.
Oh, that's terrific to know about the Thriving Campus. Okay. Anything else you want to share with our viewers before we wrap it up?
Sure. I think the biggest point that I want to make is even if my services feel unaffordable or I don't feel like the right fit, please don't hesitate to reach out. I think it's really important that everybody gets help that they need. You deserve help, and I'd be honored to assist you in finding that help. Even if it's not with me, I'll guide you through different referral options and talk with you what might benefit you best. It's really important to seek that help when you need it the most.
Yeah.
So if I'm the only psychologist you know, give me a call.
Well, that's really beautiful. Thank you so much for just sharing your story personally and just helping people understand how to access care, whether with you or anybody. It's really, really quite a amazing profession you're in. I have a lot of respect for you and everybody who is in your field. It's very, very, I'm glad, I'm very, very happy nowadays that stigma has fairly removed from seeing a therapist. So, and we will I'll put up a screen on how to best contact you with, your email and your website at the end of this, just so folks can pause and reach out if they're ready. And with that, I'll just wrap it up unless there's anything else we wanted to share with the viewers. We'll just say, thank you, Daria, so much for sharing your story, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for having me.